Okay, so I quit, and today marks the first day where I am a full-time content creator in Japan, which is absolutely wild to say. So yeah, let's talk about it. Most of you guys know my name is Stephanie and I'm originally from Melbourne, Australia. And if you didn't know, I actually used to be a pharmacist. I started my pharmacy journey when I was 14 as a little shop girl, then went to university and then became a pharmacist manager by the age of around like 22 or something. And by then I was pretty sick of pharmacy, so I wanted to have a break. So I went to Japan. I went on vacation to Japan for about a month in September 2018 and was trying to challenge myself, discover myself, and kind of questioned what I was doing in life. I'm sure most of us have been there, if not still there. After whirlwinding around Japan for a month, I realized that there was so much to life than what I was living. I distinctly remember coming back to work and like dispensing at the computer and thinking, you know, how much I miss Japan. And you know, even though I was there for a month, I felt like I barely scratched the surface. I did all the touristy things and I really wanted to go back and, you know, really explore what Japan had to offer. And I remember thinking, oh, it'd be so nice if I could live in Japan, and if I could, I would. And then I realized, like, what's really stopping me? And the answer was nothing, just me. So I went home that night and I hopped on the computer and I remember Googling, you know, jobs you can do in Japan that don't require Japanese, and you know, how to move to Japan, and looking up visas and things. And then it led me to English teaching. I researched some schools and basically applied right away that night and basically said, fuck it, what do I have to lose, right? 2 months later, I packed up my entire life, said goodbye to my family and friends, quit my job as a pharmacist and took a massive pay cut and a huge leap. And yeah, no, the plan was not to be a content creator at all. It wasn't even on my mind. I just wanted to take 1 year to live in Japan, to explore it, to eat good food and make incredible memories and challenge myself. And that's exactly what I did in 1 year. I got to meet so many amazing people, make incredible friends, and yeah, have so many adventures. And along the way, I decided to document it for fun on Instagram and YouTube. And I had no idea that people would start watching or be interested in all my food ventures and things like that. But it was so much fun to have this little community of people that watched what I was doing, and you know, I felt like I was traveling and having this journey with you all. I then got into modeling, which I never expected to do, but it was a great way to meet new people, you know, make incredible friends as well, and also like explore Japan in a completely different way than before. By the time 1 year was up, I felt like I was still just scratching the surface of what Japan had to offer, so I decided to extend another year and continue doing English teaching while traveling and exploring on the weekends. Then 2020 hit and the world just shut down, like we all know, right? And it happened so suddenly and overnight, and I remember having the choice to choose between going back to Australia or staying in Japan, and I decided to stay in Japan. And it turned out to be like the best decision, honestly. Like, I was very grateful for the situation I was in. During the time, of course, the borders were closed, and as things start to ease down in Japan and travel was encouraged domestically, I got to see Kyoto, Osaka, all kind of nooks and crannies of Japan that were like completely untouched by tourism by then. And it was such an amazing and unique experience, and I will honestly never forget it. I feel like I'll be one of the very few people that get to experience like Shibuya empty or the street of Kyoto empty. Yeah, it was incredible. But to be honest, with all the traveling and gallivanting around Japan, yes, it was fun, but on an English teacher salary, it was very much a struggle because yeah, it was rough. I never thought I would be in Japan for 2 years, and you know, 1 year was okay. 2 years was becoming, you know, very hard pill to swallow financially. So I had to decide, you know, what was I gonna do next? Back home in Australia, I was a pharmacist, I was making good money, and I could see my family and friends were growing, and I was growing in a different direction. I didn't know if the choice I was making was the right choice. By mid-2021, my pharmacy license needed to be renewed, so I actually had to go back to Australia. Luckily enough, because I am an Australian citizen, I was able to re-enter Australia even though the borders were closed. I ended up working a lot in a hospital and community pharmacy because Melbourne was locked down and it was a whole ordeal, so I just worked like a lot. Like, I think my record was like 40 days in a row or something. It was insane. And yes, the money was good, and yes, it was great to spend time with family and friends and catch up because I hadn't seen them for so long. I felt like at the same time, like something was missing, and yeah, even all that money couldn't entice me to stay, to be honest. So I went back to Japan in 2022, and this time I told myself it was going to be long term, and to make it long term I had to figure out the big problem of what was I going to do for work, what was going to pay the bills, because it definitely wasn't going to be English teaching again, like no. And I couldn't do pharmacy because I don't have the right license, nor do I speak enough Japanese to do pharmacy here. And so I did some research and I discovered recruitment, and a lot of people in Japan actually do recruitment when they're foreigners and don't speak Japanese. So yeah, I ended up joining a recruitment agency and did that up until yesterday. Which brings me to the start of the video, which is I quit. If you look on Instagram, it may look like I've been doing food and travel content full-time this whole time, but actually I've been juggling both. And to be honest, I've just been doing content because I purely enjoy it and I love sharing all these kind of experiences with you guys. And I never really knew how to, you know, make money out of it, make a living out of it. And, you know, it was really hard for me to go from A to B in terms of, you know, doing it for fun versus doing it as a career. And yeah, it was a huge struggle for me, and that's why, you know, I felt like choosing a full-time job would be safer. That was until last year where I decided to commit more and to put more energy into making content. So I shifted from modeling content back to food and traveling content, and it's been amazing so far. On top of that, I've been supported by amazing friends here in Japan that are, you know, on the same trajectory, trying to chase their dreams and making it happen. And we're all in different stages of that dream chasing, but we're all knowing that we're going to make it and we support each other. It's been, yeah, absolutely incredible, and I'm so grateful for them. And honestly, if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would even have the courage to think of doing this full time. So I'm so grateful for them. Whilst hustling my day job, I had to build the foundation and the runway so that I could take the next leap, which was basically quitting, which was really scary. So I had to get more clients, more gigs, and make more content. And honestly, it was really exhausting juggling everything, but it was entirely necessary. I even released a digital travel guide to Tokyo, and yeah, the reception I've received on that is super positive and the feedback has been great. And thank you for everyone who's supported it so far. I'm eternally grateful. And to be honest, it was the last little push that I needed to really fully believe in myself that I could do this. So I quit. I quit my corporate job and decided to go all in on myself and, you know, take this punt on myself and yeah, see what happens from here. And to be honest, I'm really scared, but I'm more scared of being complacent and not pursuing something that would make me happy. Today marks the first day I am a content creator, which is really weird to say, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna take some time getting used to that. I've been a pharmacist, an English teacher, a recruiter, and now a content creator. Like, who would have known? So moving forward, you can expect to see more regular content on Instagram and on YouTube, so yay. I am super excited for this new chapter of my life and hella scared, if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, let's see how it goes. If you told me in 2019 that I would be here, I would not have believed you one bit, but here we are. If you guys want to support me, you can check out my Tokyo 5-day itinerary on STEFATTY.com. Basically, it's an ebook with over 120 pages of details on where to go in Tokyo, what to eat, and which restaurants to go to, and even what to order, and even reservation links as well. And my favorite part is the Google Maps master link. Basically, over 120 recommendations easily for you guys to access as well. And you know, I will constantly update as well if I find new and interesting places as well, so you can check that out here. So yeah, besides that guys, I think that's it for this supposedly quick video. I've been waffling on for a bit, but I thought it was in due time to tell you guys, you know, a little bit about the backstory of how I got to where I am now. But thank you so much for tuning in if you guys are still here, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye.